Hey guys, it's Aguilar here with Apple Obsession. Welcome back to the channels. We have a lot of news in regards to the upcoming 14 inches at 16 inches MacBook Pro, as well as the new redesigned iMac after 10 years having the same iMac. So drop a like if you're excited for this one, hit subscribe for more, and let's jump in. Okay, so let's first talk about the MacBook Pro, because we've had some reports from both Co and also Mark Gurman that last week decided to just, put in Twitter and in Bloomberg 3 reports about what Apple was working in regards to the iMac, now the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro. What we know so far. Okay, let's make a quick recap. The MacBook Pro, it seems that according to Mark Gurman, is not going to have a lot of design changes, We got the MacBook Pro 13 inches with a new M1 chip now before the end of 2020, the One More Thing event. Now we're gonna get another MacBook Pro rumor with 14 inches and 16 inches like we have with Intel. And the design, it's probably gonna change a little bit, but not that much. What we know is that, guys, Touch Bar might be disappearing. I was so excited, and many of us were so excited when they released that feature, but honestly, I haven't been using it that much. It's not that allows you to do something very special or something that makes it worth it to keep it there. Probably if they remove it, it's because of the feedback that they receive from some creators, and because they will be using that spot inside with the internals to add something else, new features, or something that's gonna take that space so they don't need it anymore. They will probably take it out. Not confirmed yet, as always, but they will probably take it out. Also, what we know is that the screen is gonna get brighter, the contrast is gonna get better. I'm using the current MacBook Pro 15 inches, and the screen, the Retina display, is already insane. So if that gets better, editing pictures, editing video, 8K video from the Sony AX3, like any camera, with a new M1 chip, it can be even better. But I'm not sure if that is going to be something that we're going to notice a lot, because the screens are already amazing. Also, what we know, and it's already impressive, because we've been talking about USB-C since the last MacBooks came, and it seemed that it was going to be the future, but now, guys, MagSafe is going to be back. Apple introduced MagSafe with this new ring of magnets in the iPhone 12, and yes, it looks like with the iPhone 13, or if it's called 12s, we're going to be, moving, or at least having one model that is going to be portless, but that's not all for MagSafe. It's looking that it's going to go back to the MacBook Pro, and honestly, I think a lot of people are going to be super happy. Basically because, when you're charging your MacBook, if for any accidents, you take your MacBook with a USB-C cable, you're literally going to destroy that cable, or you're going to destroy the MacBook when you take the cable. With MagSafe, it's going to deattach automatically, so that solves the problem, and I know that that's going to make someone very happy, even myself. Also, guys, this MagSafe, it seems that it's going to be, charging faster at a faster speed. And obviously, if the new MacBook Pros have the 20 hours battery life that they promised when they released, the M1 chip, and it charges faster, that's going to be a beast. It's everything that we're dreaming of. So that's going to be probably amazing, guys. Insane. And then, also, what we know is that, okay, 14 inches version, 16 inches version. For me, it's very interesting because now that this M1 chip is so powerful, and obviously we're expecting the new generation of M1 chip with these new MacBooks, probably both, the 14 inches, the 16 inches, the difference is 2 inches. I know that obviously if you want a bigger screen, even though you're in the move, you still want this, feeling of having a desktop of a larger screen to be able to edit, multitask, and have a lot of stuff, you're gonna go with the 16 inches. It's probably gonna be expensive. We don't know the price, if it's going to keep, the same range that the Intel 16 inches, but it's going to be expensive. But the 14 inches, I don't know if that's worth it at all, because with the M1 in the 13 inches, sometimes I feel that you were buying the 16 inches for the power, and you were saying, okay, I don't need that much of a screen, it's too big when I'm traveling. I know with COVID we're not traveling that much, but hopefully that's going to be back in the future. So with the 14 inches, we're just getting a little bit of, a larger screen. Hopefully it's not going to be that heavy. But I feel that the 13 inches was good for that. So I don't know if there's going to be a lot of users that, if they were buying 13 inches, are going to go for these 14 inches, or now they're going to say, okay, to just get the 14 inches, let's move to the 16 inches because probably the power is going to be amazing. And now that we're talking about power, let's talk about what's going to be probably the M2 or M1X chips, enhanced graphics, and much more power. I'm interested in seeing like what's going to happen with unified memory. You know, is it going to be possible to go over 16 gigabytes of RAM? Is it going to be there, 16 gigabytes of RAM and that's all? I'm looking forward to know what's going to happen. I know that there's a lot of creators that are pushing these computers, these MacBook Pros to the next level, that they wish we had 32 gigabytes, maybe 64 like we get in the iMacs or the iMac Pros. So it's going to be interesting, but the good news is that these could be coming in June. You know, when Apple announces the new software, iOS, macOS, maybe we're not going to get this in March, like some of us expected, maybe one of the models, but at least, according to Mark Gurman, we should be seeing this in mid-2021. That means June, July. So guys, that was interesting news. Now, if we go a little further, and I'm going to put this into the middle rather than in the end, although it's the last announcement, is that Apple is working on a MacBook Air that is going to have also a new design. You know, the MacBook Air is already so thin, so capable, and with the new M1 chip, it can do so much with only, you know, this incredible thin device that I don't know what else they can bring to the MacBook Air. Maybe they're saying Face ID, like in the iPhone. That's gonna be interesting. But since we don't have much information in that, because it seems, according to Mark Gurman again, that it's not gonna be coming until 2022. So let's talk about the iMac, because that's better news, because they are coming closer than the MacBook Air. Okay guys, let me do that, because if I'm not wrong, we've had the same design for the iMacs for almost over a decade. And I know that I don't have an iMac right here, but if you love the concept of iMac, and they tell you, okay, we're gonna give you an iMac that is gonna be reminding you of the Pro display, but it's gonna be the iMac. You're not gonna be spending $5,000 because it's gonna be the iMac with that display. I know that that's a dream for you because it's the same for me. So what we can expect for this iMac, it's basically a dream. Pro display iMac, the rear part is gonna be flat. You know, it's not gonna be rounded, it's gonna be flat. So probably the screen is gonna be better. But we're talking about the major iMac design in 10 years. We have to see if they're gonna be using the same chip as the MacBook Pro 16 inches or the 14 inches. I'm very curious if they release these three new models, 14 inches MacBook Pro, 16 inches MacBook Pro, new redesigned iMac, and I wanna see how the differences are gonna be between those chips, because they're also saying that the iMac could come with 24 inches and 32 inches instead of 21 and 27. So that's also not a major change in the design, also in the inches. So imagine getting this 32 inches. I'm assuming that the graphics that the M something chip is gonna bring has to be so powerful to take the full capabilities of a larger screen. So as you can see, a lot of stuff here guys, but I'm sure that you're excited as I am. I've never been so excited about changing my new MacBook Pro. I was like, you know, trying to buy a new MacBook Pro, and I thought, okay, 2 weeks ago, this battery is not lasting that much, I need it now. But then Mark Gurman and co came with those reports, and I was like, I would be crazy if I get a MacBook Pro now, because with all this that's coming, it's like Apple, for the first time, has listened for the feedback of the real creators. People that are out there, you know, trying these, using them on a daily basis, editing, photography, videography, and they said, okay guys, we're gonna build these machines for you. We're gonna make them right for you. So that's big news for this year, for today guys. I hope that you're excited. Drop a like if you are and that was helpful. I will keep you updated down below in the comment section. Let me know what's the thing that excites you the most. What's the thing that's, you know, are you hype about the MacBook Pro, the iMac? Are you hype about the 2022 MacBook Air with even better capabilities in the same thin design and maybe some changes? Let me know down below. Drop a like again if that was exciting for you. Hit subscribe for more. I'm Apple Obsession. I will see you very soon in my next video.